Thank you for being with us. Our top story tonight, negotiations continue tonight between the White House and GOP lawmakers over the debt ceiling. Politicians are offering assurance that the government will figure out a way to avoid default. But around the country, economic anxiety is rising. White House correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen.
Tracy, good evening to you. Another day of talks, but so far no word tonight of any deal. As they say, it's literally coming down to the wire. Now, negotiators are trying to hammer out numbers all sides can agree to.
In the White House press briefing room, the press secretary addresses the debt ceiling debate.
A default would have catastrophic impacts in every single part of this country, whether you're in a red state or in a blue state.
Earlier in the day, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy told reporters,
I'm sending our negotiation team down to the White House to try to finish out the negotiations with the White House. There's a number of places that we are still far apart.
McCarthy also said it did not seem like it would be this hard. He also emphasized he would not raise taxes.
Why? Because we got more revenue coming in to our coffers at any time in American history.
Meanwhile, it was not a question of if, but when. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis with plans to announce his 2024 presidential campaign on Twitter in an online conversation with Twitter CEO Elon Musk. Governor DeSantis is seen as former President Donald Trump's leading rival for the GOP nomination. And CNN has announced it'll host a town hall with Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley. It'll be held live in Iowa on Sunday, June 4th, 8 p.m. Eastern. And in New Hampshire today, Haley said she'd sign a federal abortion ban as president if there's consensus.
I think if there's 60 votes, which we're not anywhere near that, and if there's something where they've come together on consensus, yes, of course I would sign it, because that's 60 votes out of 100 saying this is what America wants. But we're at 45, so we're not anywhere close.
Now, also today in the White House press briefing room, I was able to ask a question about Senator Tommy Tuberville and his fight for pro-life taxpayers. Corinne, thank you. Good afternoon. Two separate questions for you. One on Senator Tuberville. He continues to prevent or hold up Pentagon promotions. He says the DOD's new abortion policy is illegal. And he says taxpayer dollars should not be funding abortions. And he's got a lot of support. There's a petition going around right now supporting his stance. What does the White House say to Americans who agree with Senator Tuberville?
I'll say this. I'll speak to this. Senator Tuberville he's threatening, right, our national security with his political gamesmanship. That's what we're seeing from the senator, and risking our military readiness by depriving armed forces of leadership and harming military families. That is what's currently happening. That is what the senator is threatening here.
Now, the press secretary urged the senator to drop his holds, but he is not budging. Meanwhile, today marks 1 year to the tragic day 19 young lives, 2 teachers, 19 students and 2 teachers were killed by a gunman at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. And President Biden delivered remarks this afternoon remembering and honoring those children and educators who lost their lives, calling it a really tough day for all the families, adding that remembering is important but painful as well. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.